Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. I'm your host, FD465.tv. Now, in this video, guys, it's something different. We're going to bring you a narrative that not many people are considering. I mean, if you're an investor who is serious about this space and you've got medium to long-term views, this narrative is one to consider. Again, not financial advice. Guys, if you require financial advice, I think by now you know what to do. Please approach someone who's trying to give you financial advice. The information contained in this video is just for educational as well as entertainment purposes. So like I said, this narrative, the future of crypto is multi-chain. Most people do ignore this. Why? Because we all tend to be tribal. We all have our favorite blockchains. But one of the key issues within the crypto space is the lack of connectivity or interoperability among different blockchains, which in turn limits the potential for exceptional user experience. After all, the whole reason why we see all these different blockchains crop up on the whole is to create products and solutions that the wider public want to use in the real world. It is also important to note that we, the already converted, cannot grow this space without the help of new entrants. And with that, we also need new money. Hence, it is important to note that new users are required for each of the different blockchains and or networks to flourish. One of the key objectives of this video is to highlight some of the projects which are attempting to solve the issue of incompatibility, or as we know it, interoperability. It's a challenge. Now, it is an enormous task to try and cover all the projects that are attempting to address the issue of interoperability, and I'm aware that some of you, our viewers, may be upset because your own favorite crypto project is not being covered in this video. I get that, but please note that the projects I'm going to cover in this video are just some of the great projects out there that are working really hard to ensure that the future of blockchain technology within the financial industry, as well as the future of cryptocurrency, becomes multi-chain, interoperable, and will be made up of blockchain agnostic apps, or dApps, because we are talking of decentralized applications. So the benefits of having these crypto projects on board are limitless, but here are just a few of those benefits. These crypto projects are bringing competition to an otherwise tribal and expensive to transact space. We all know that competition drives continuous improvement, and continuous improvement brings additional value to the wider user base. And the projects we are featuring in this video are projects that are driving innovation, not just from within themselves, but through new opportunities presented by new blockchain solutions. They're also driving home the idea of specialist blockchains that focus on specific applications. For example, the Polkadot parachain model and Cosmos network zones. We all know from experience that some of the blockchains are better at certain things than others. For example, Ethereum is more suited to those applications that seek the highest security. Some people call that high fidelity, while not ideal for high volume applications like, for example, NFTs and gaming and some consumer products. The likes of Solana and Polygon could be ideal for NFTs and gaming as an example as well. So there are numerous benefits to be had from a multi-chain future, and let's now dive into some of the projects that, in my opinion, are great proponents of a multi-chain future, not simply through their claims, but through their network activity and some substance. Because claiming to be proposing and pushing a multi-chain future is just too easy. You can claim it, but can you provide evidence that your project is actually driving that future? Let's dive into some of these projects. Again, it's not a deep dive, it's just a quick summary. My first multi-chain crypto project will be Polkadot. Now, before you start to go on how Polkadot is filed as a network, consider this. At the fundamental level, Polkadot is designed just right. With its shared security approach, Polkadot champions the idea of application-specific blockchains that it refers to as parachains. Some great projects now exist on the Polkadot network, bringing with them some great value. Here I'm talking of the likes of Moonbeam Network, which I've referred to in the past as an Ethereum on Polkadot. We also have RMRK with its NFT leg or concept, which is now available as an ERC standard for the largest smart contracts crypto project in Ethereum. We also have Astar, to name just a few. And by naming these projects, I'm not necessarily saying they are the only ones out there, as there are many more. And let's not forget the latest shift from Polkadot, moving from blockchain to block space. This could be the defining concept to a multi-chain future. Instead of competing for blockchains, blockchain networks will actually be competing to provide high-quality block space, and people will be bidding for that. And I think Polkadot have already started that process. Anyway, the next one is another so-called layer 0 alongside Polkadot, and that project is Cosmos Network. Now, let's for a minute just forget about the terrible tokenomics of the Atom coin for this moment. We're jumping into this project. What Cosmos is trying to achieve is immense, and one feature I'm excited by is in the form of interchain accounts. That is mind-boggling. You see, with interchain accounts, a blockchain can assume the rights to make changes on another connected blockchains. Guys, this is huge. Just think of it. Ethereum assuming the characteristics to go and change something, say on Cardano. I'm not saying those two, I'm just giving an example. That is huge. And I cannot emphasize this point enough. This will bring seamless interaction among a whole host of blockchains, and while this may initially be available to the Cosmos IBC-based blockchains, there are projects that are already building between Polkadot and Cosmos, for example. Think of the likes of Injective and Moonbeam, just to name a few. The third one, we also have Avalanche, which also claims to be EVM compatible, which means that it is too connected to the Ethereum network. However, just like the other layer ones, the decentralized apps building on top of Avalanche are already demonstrating this multi-chain narrative to a greater extent. For example, Trader Joe, a DEX on the Avalanche network that is also gone multi-chain. Here I'm talking of the likes of Binance Chain, Arbitrum, and Avalanche itself, and I'm sure there are many others. Project number 4 is Solana. Now, most people will view Solana as the inferior project that is second best to leading layer 1s out there, but what these people are failing to comprehend is that the Solana network is carving its own space within the crypto space as we speak. We know it gives Ethereum a good run for its money when it comes to NFTs and gaming, since it is fast and cheap to transact on. Yes, the network blackouts do not help, but they are becoming fewer and far between in recent times. Decentralized applications building on top of Solana also appear to be going multi-chain. Solana is also being adopted by some huge players from legacy industries. Here I'm talking of the likes of Google, Meta, which is your former Facebook, Shopify, and Stripe, who have all adopted some tools from Solana in one form or another. The next one is a less talked about project, and I even struggle to understand why this project is not up there among the leading layer 1s. And here I'm talking of OneChain. Now, OneChain allows for cross-chain transactions and the interoperability of multiple chains. Although OneChain facilitates transactions between blockchains, it is also a standalone blockchain that runs autonomously. The protocol acts as a distributed ledger that processes and maintains records of cross-chain transactions. OneChain cross-chain bridges include fungible token bridges, native cross-chain bridges, and NFT bridges. If the future is really going to be multi-chain, this is one to watch. Again, not financial advice. And I'm also aware that OneChain has established a collaboration or connections with the Cardano blockchain, with Polkadot, and with so many other blockchains, including Ethereum. So like I said, if the future is multi-chain, OneChain is certainly one to watch. And of course, internet computer. How could we forget about that? The strongest candidate so far to become the internet for Web3. Now, a lot of people will have their own biases about internet computer versus their own favorite blockchain, but if you actually take your preconceived notion of what the future of blockchain technology and cryptocurrency is going to become in the next few years, I cannot picture a multi-chain future without internet computer at its core. And on tech alone, you might say I could be onto something here. Internet computer connects to the Bitcoin network at protocol level. Just imagine that, protocol level, Ethereum and a few more networks. And that, ladies and gents, is how you can solve the key issue of interoperability among different blockchain, protocol level. With internet computers approach, users in the future will be able to interact with their favorite dApp without a care in the world about which blockchain it is built on. Think about that. Blockchain agnostic decentralized application built on top of internet computer. Just think about that. They might not be built directly, they might be built on a layer 1 on top of internet computer, but they are still built on internet computer. Most of us, we use the internet, but we don't have a care in the world where the internet protocol is, what it is. There is more than one internet protocol, but we don't care. All we do is just use the applications built on the internet, on top of the internet. I think that will come to internet computer as well. And finally, I can't end this segment without mentioning Injective, a blockchain built for finance. Users on Injective can securely transfer crypto assets and Web3 data from prominent blockchains to utilize on any application built on Injective. All decentralized applications within the Injective ecosystem can natively access sovereign layer 1 chains such as Ethereum, Cosmos, and Solana for a frictionless, interoperable communication. And here are some notable projects. We're talking of Axelar, Noble, Stellar Network, to name just a few. I'm sure there is plenty more. We may actually be doing another version of this video where we highlight additional crypto projects that are promoting and championing a multi-chain future. It's not going to be a one-win all. It's going to be a shared multi-chain future where projects and decentralized applications will be blockchain agnostic. What do you guys think? Some of the projects we highlighted in this video, do you hold them in your portfolio? If so, share with us the reasons why we hold those projects. Until the next video, I'm your host, FD465.tv. Signing out for now, guys. Bye.